So, do I do the introduction?
I don't know how this works. I really don't.
Welcome
to something.
Something. Maybe some jizz on your foot.
I don't think that's jizz.
Okay, it's definitely it's like a booger.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so this is a thing.
Yeah. We're off to a strong start.
Okay, so I've been stalking you.
You've been stalking me. I don't know what to stalk. Okay.
See, on Spotify on my computer, I can see what you're listening to.
Okay. Yes.
So I've been seeing you.
That's my whole social media presence.
Yes.
I see you've gone in deep. Okay.
So I saw that you were listening to the album I told you about.
Yes.
Did you finish it?
I think I did. I think I accidentally put it on shuffle. But I think I did finish it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the first album of Logic, Under Pressure. What are your thoughts? Did you like not?
So a few things. First of all, I did it while I was studying.
Mm-hmm.
So the songs were good. I didn't pay that much attention to it, so I don't know which one those like noise.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, one of the songs Childish Gambino was on, and I didn't even realize in the beginning. I thought it was just Logic, but he sounded like Childish Gambino, and I was really confused.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the song, but it's good. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say specific songs though, because I wasn't paying attention.
Did you like that song on Childish Gambino?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't remember listening to a song and being like, I don't like this one though.
Oh, so you like for the most part you just like the songs overall.
I think so.
Yeah, it was a good album. There was there's a song called Under Pressure. I don't know if you gave that part a listen, but there's a part where he starts talking about he speaks from the point of his family. Mm-hmm. Like from his sister, and then also from his dad.
That sounds familiar.
And then his you hear a brother leave a message.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that song is probably one of my favorite songs ever. Especially the first part. It's cool because he's like, yeah, man, I made it from the bottom, now I'm here. Mm-hmm. And then
where's he from?
He's from Maryland. That's why I'm also biased.
Was he like a real poor dude or what?
Yeah.
Just like a random guy.
No, he was really poor. His mom was selling crack, I think, or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and then his dad left.
Okay.
And he's biracial, as you know.
Yeah, that I know.
And basically, he has a shit ton of siblings and step siblings because his mom was with a bunch of people. And then his mom was, I think, addicted to crack. Also, a really big believer. I'm pretty sure. I think I'm getting the details right. So he's from Maryland. He grew up in Maryland.
Okay.
Which is from my
practically
country.
From the same part of Maryland, I bet.
I don't think. Oh yeah, for sure. I grew up in the hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's his story basically. He has a song about the gang life. Mm-hmm. He has gang related, which you probably heard that song.
Probably.
And there was a song where he talks an intro where the guy's like, yeah, bro, you know that girl, man? I did her good. And then he's like, yeah, but she had a man, and the man got, and you know how if you mess with someone's girl in the hood, that guy's about to.
Yes, you're speaking from experience. Yes.
Exactly, I'm speaking from experience. And then in the skit, you basically hear there's a drive by basically as he was telling them that they might shoot us, they might hit us.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny. And then he talks about how it was growing up in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a tough childhood, and there's a lot of times because his mom was a crack addict. She got taken away, or he was taken away from her because of the.
Yeah, probably from Child Protective Services.
Yeah, exactly, and then he Yeah, basically, and then and I think today he doesn't really have a good relationship. He doesn't really speak to her.
Surprising.
Yeah. Although what's interesting because he talks about how his dad. So he left in his life.
Yeah.
But in his new album, if you remember, he's a song featuring his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of a circle of life, because he left but came back, sort of. And then yeah, so album's pretty.
But in the album, in one of the songs, doesn't he already mention how his dad is reconnected with him?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying his early childhood.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and also did you listen to the song Nikki?
Probably.
Yeah. So I think that was a really cool song. I mean, you probably heard him speak. I mean, you probably you weren't really listening because you'd studying and stuff.
Yes.
But he throughout the whole album he mentions Nikki.
Yeah.
And then finally on the song Nikki he explains it's nicotine.
Oh, I did not. Okay, I don't know them.
So it's kind of like the whole Eminem thing where he
Yeah, with the what's the song called?
Persona.
Love Again or something.
Love Again. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Where it's like he's talking about a girl or his ex-wife or whatever. But it's actually just them pills.
Yeah, the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also really like that song as well because he's talking how well he said it'd be really bad for him to be he said as a lyric is born free and to be and then he becomes a king but he dies a slave because he's a slave to the nicotine.
Nice.
Damn. And then he's in that song he says he gave up on it.
Mm-hmm.
So all around I really like the album. You should give it a good listen.
So you think this is smoking?
Yeah.
Okay. Just usually okay. I mean just
he started apparently. I mean I think the song even says he started with marijuana and then after he stopped using marijuana and then started smoking.
It's what they all say. It's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway drug.
Exactly. Okay. I think it's just funny because I think most rappers when they're rapping about drugs and shit they did, smoking is way down there, way down there.
Yeah.
So, Eminem did heroin or something. No?
Did he?
He did. I don't know. Whatever drug he did was a hard one.
Hard shit, man. Oh wait, hard? So you're talking marijuana?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
yes.
You know that.
In the same in the same family.
Exactly.
Yeah. Marijuana's cousin probably.
Exactly. But what I really like about the album is that one was good beats and it's good songs.
Yeah.
But it's not just I fuck bitches, I get money. Throw
Yeah.
it has a story to it, and he also talks about his personal life. So it's kind of I think that's what really what I really like about the song Under Pressure is that he talks about his personal life and he dives into that.
Yeah, those are usually better songs, I think. But I don't know. I mean, they're not usually the more popular songs, at all.
Yeah, that's true.
What top hits or I don't know top 100 or whatever is
there isn't.
You know.
It's not a bop, man. It's not a bop.
Yeah, but even them they can have those songs can slap.
No, obviously.
You know.
But it's not radio-ish. It's not
yeah, I guess.
Pop. Not pop, but it's not a song you'd be oh, this is gonna everyone's gonna be singing along to this.
That's true. But I don't know. There probably have been songs like that.
I don't know. I'm in love with the shape of you. I mean, that's only.
That's true. But it's
all the songs are just.
That's different though.
I'm saying
that's not I don't even know what it is.
What?
Those Ed Sheeran songs, or just that.
I'm not saying it's it has a lyrical. It's very. I'm saying it's all the songs there are just very. All the popular songs, none of them are have a deeper meaning. Actually, This Is America.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I mean, there are probably some other ones. There are probably most songs don't seem to have some deeper meaning, but I bet it's not all like that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it really depends.
But I mean, I don't know. From Eminem's new album, the most popular one was Godzilla. I don't think there was. It wasn't. It didn't seem like one of his, I guess, more meaningful songs from the album.
Yeah, and his other famous song is Rap God.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, where both were just him just spitting.
But I don't know. I think his song "Love the Way You Lie" did really well.
That's true.
And Not Afraid.
What's Not Afraid about?
It's his popular song from his Recovery album.
I know, but what's the song about?
It's about drugs or some shit. I don't know. It's like the whole no. It's like I don't know. It's about him overcoming it or something.
Mm.
I haven't listened to it in a while. It's been a minute, so I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I generally just the songs don't really hit they don't hit the spot.
No, but I mean that was I don't know when Not Afraid came out, like 2012 or something. Like
yeah. I'm saying typically those songs don't usually hit the high charts.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
Because I think a lot of songs that like get to the top are like which of these songs can I play at a party?
Yeah, that's true.
And no one wants to be like no one wants to start singing some emotional deep shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know my point is like there are songs that do both.
That's true.
So
not very rarely though.
I guess. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, hit me.
Oh, this leads me into the next something else I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I realized, I mean, quite long ago, is that most of my music library, like most of the shit I listen to, most of it is it's on the happy side of it. It's not on the happy side. It's more on the sad, angry, or I don't know, like
emotional side, yeah.
Maybe not even emotional, because it doesn't even be like dark or like there's nothing much that's very up.
Not a lot of meaningless just songs.
Not talking about meaningless, but like the feels to it is it's either dark, emotional, like it's on the positive side of things.
Yeah. And
I also realized that when I'm trying to make music, the music that I end up making is usually like it has that same vibe to it. And I wonder do you have the same thing where most of your music is kind of like dark?
I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know, cause like this most of my I don't usually listen to songs that seem to just not be about anything. Like most songs that have a meaning, I guess, are usually on the sadder side though. Is what I'm saying.
That's true. But there could be songs that
like I don't know, like I like listen to like NF or like Billie Eilish and all those like I think those are usually considered sad. So I mean I guess so.
Yeah.
But I don't. For the most part, I don't really see. Like I see how they're sad songs and stuff, but I don't really see it as sad songs. I don't know.
But like the feel, the tone to them is usually like emotional.
Yeah, but I don't know. For example, I think most of mine are I guess more emotional. But for example, Imagine Dragons is like the other side. Like it's not really emotional. For the most part.
That's true. But
or even if it is, it's a more like a up tempo beat or whatever you would say.
Yeah, but do you think it's I don't know, that has positive vibes?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. It depends. So when you like the song "Natural," you know that song.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how it goes. I don't know how it goes. It's like
it's more of like a kind of like a hype song, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I know, like one of the first songs I liked was from Imagine Dragons' "Demons," and that's more of like an emotional song, I guess.
Mhm. But I'm like even like the music itself is kind of like not even the lyrics, but like the music itself kind of has a sad feeling to it. Not sad, maybe angry.
Mm-hmm.
Something on that side. And I wonder also, does that influence? Is it because I'm a sad person, or does it make me sad that I listen to it?
Well, I think both can be true. Like, you might gravitate towards it more because I don't know, you're a sad person or something, but it could also make you sad, or it could do the opposite. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think it totally depends on the person.
That's true. Like you, for example, you listen to Billie Eilish, and I'm like, yeah, this is calming.
Yeah. It doesn't really affect me usually.
Oh yeah. Do songs ever do affect you?
Well, how do I explain? Because it's not exactly that they don't affect. I don't even know how to explain. It's more like this. If I'm in, for example, not in a great mood or something, I usually won't listen to like my sadder songs, I guess.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know if it has an effect or not, but I feel like it probably doesn't help.
That's true. Can you just check that it's still recording?
My acrobatic abilities.
Oh, it is. Okay. Good.
Yes, it is.
But like, don't you ever, when you're like feeling sad, which do you feel sad?
You sound like my sister now. Like, Evie, do you have emotions? What is under there?
Like, don't you want to like, I don't know. Usually, obviously, that's the right mindset to have. That if you're feeling bad, you shouldn't listen to songs that might make it worse. Except, I don't think like a rational person, because there's no rational here in this dome. But when that's like, if I'm like in a bad mood, sometimes I want to listen to a song that kind of captivates, and captures that same emotion. Even though it might be,
Well, yeah, no, I get it, but I mean, like, it's happened that I'm in a bad mood and I'm just like listening to some of my sadder songs, I guess, and then I just turn it off because I'm like, I don't like this can't have this probably is not having a positive effect, so I just turn it off.
Do you just turn off the music at all, or do you switch to a different song?
I think I don't know. I can't remember what I do. I probably just turn it off and like, or just like put it on like YouTube or something instead.
Huh. Interesting man. Ivy, how's the NBA doing?
It's actually it might be doing better.
Really?
I'm very confused. But they are seemingly returning. What is now? It's about to be. They're sometime in June. It seems like they're returning to play, and they're like figuring out now. It seems like they're all gonna play in Disney World, which is hilarious. But I mean, apparently Disney World is massive.
Yeah.
So it works. I don't know. They're talking about what to do, because they had like 10-15 games left in the season. And then you have the playoffs. So there's a bunch of problems, and also they have most of the money comes from TV deals, but they have to meet like a certain criteria.
TV what?
TV deals.
What do you mean? What kind of deals?
Like they broadcast, like people like TNT or the local networks broadcast it.
Yeah.
And that's where all the money comes in, or most of it. So they have like criteria though. You have to get to like X amount of games, and for most agreements, it's like, I don't know, 70 something games. And everyone finished the NBA stopped at around 60 something games, I think. So basically, they're trying to find a way to play games before the playoffs start and let some teams who could have gone into the playoffs get into the playoffs. And they're trying to figure out what to do.
So wait, the playoffs is basically like when the tournament begins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and everything else is the off season.
What do you mean?
Like before playoffs, like
it goes
not
regular
playoffs?
Season, then straight to the playoffs.
What does regular season mean?
You have every team plays 82 games.
Yeah.
That's the regular season. After that, the top 8 from each conference go to the playoffs.
So what's off season? Is that
You sound like such an you don't know sport. Off season's after the playoffs. So
and it's between the season and so it's between the playoffs.
It's between after the playoffs end and the beginning of the next season.
Oh.
That's when the off season is.
So no one cares about playing good in the off season.
No, you don't play in the off season. Off season is when the free agency happens and the draft.
I really sound dumb now.
Really, yeah. Come on, man. That's where all that stuff. That's where all the transactions happen for the most part.
Okay.
And they're saying they might do like a World Cup, like a soccer World Cup style thing, where they do group stages. So in the World Cup, they put all the countries in group stages, like, I don't know, 5 groups of like 4 or 5 teams each or whatever it is, and the top 2 from each group advance. Something like that.
Wait, they put each one in separate places, and they all have to fight each other, and the person who wins advances.
It's all happening in Disney, but they're all like.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but they all have like only certain groups they verse.
And before it was like, how would it work?
That the top 8 from each conference goes into the playoffs, and then the team with the best record versus the team with the worst record that got into the playoffs. But nobody knows yet what's gonna happen.
So wait, there's only two. Wait, so two teams. One team with the best record versus the team with the worst record
in their conference.
What's that mean in their conference?
Oh my God. There's East and West.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the West. So the number 1 seed in the West.
Say East and West.
It's the conference. That's what they call it.
Okay.
Number 1 seed, number 1 place in the West versus number 8 in the West.
Okay, and then, but there's 8 teams.
Yeah, and then 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6,
okay.
4 versus 5.
That makes sense. So is it 8 of the best teams in total, or 8 of the best like from East and West?
From East and West. The East and West is separate, and then the winner of the East and the West versus each other, and that's the finals.
So there's 8 teams from the West and 8 teams from the East.
Yes.
And then they face each other.
Yes.
And then the best face each other.
Yes.
Ah, okay, I got it. I nailed it.
Exactly. The best or the winner, whatever you want to say, yeah.
Uh-huh. But like, how are the NBA players gonna play? Like, didn't you say they get tested?
They don't know. I don't know, because it's all very confusing, and I don't think the NBA entirely knows what they're doing yet. But the problem is they need like a ton of tests, because they need to always test everyone who's there to make sure nobody has it. So they need a ton of tests, but because America doesn't have any tests, they're also worried that they can get a ton of tests from like a private company. You understand? The problem is they're worried that there'll be a PR backlash, and the public will get mad at them for taking a bunch of tests when when like normal citizens can't get tests.
But if they're getting it from a private company, wouldn't that like be legitimate, since if they're probably paying more for it? For those
yeah, tests? I know, but it kind of it feeds into the whole thing how the rich prosper in America. But like the rich get richer in America.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But like, Corona might be coming back now. Or actually no.
I mean, America never left.
Yeah.
It's not really leaving anywhere until there's a vaccine, I think.
That's true. I didn't like I realized that like I think like a week ago. It's like Corona's not leaving until we have a vaccine. Because like eventually there's lockdown. The lockdown ends. People start doing stuff, and then eventually it outbreaks again. They have to go into lockdown again. And the cycle continues until.
But from what I understand, so usually if you get a virus, your body builds up immunity to it. From what I understand, though, it's not actually like it's not guaranteed. Like it's not like every virus you get you'll have immunity. Do you know what Dr. Fauci is?
No.
Right. He's the I don't even know what you call him. He's like the top health. He's the top health administrator in America right now. It isn't like he's not actually, but I think he's essentially the administrator of health, with the head of the coronavirus dealing in America. He also in the 80s there was a polio crisis I think in America, and he was the lead guy.
How was there a polio crisis
in the 80s?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know anything about polio.
Vaccines in?
No, they only came out then, I think.
I
think that was what happened.
Yeah,
that's why they made a vaccine. Yeah.
Huh. I thought they had. Oh, okay. That was the anti-vaxxers.
Yes. I don't know if there was anti-vaxxers back then. I don't know. I mean, there probably was.
Yeah. Probably started small, now they're big.
Exactly. They've gained a following.
Yeah. There's a kid. I don't know, some sort of. I think in Ohio, the kid who was born to an anti-vaxxer.
Okay.
And he really wanted to get. He had like always believed that like you shouldn't anti-vax. And then he talked about like with his friends, and then he like did some research. And I'm like, oh shit, I should get vaccinated. Yeah. And then his mom was like, no, because she's an anti-vaxxer. But then when he was 18, but like so before he was 18. He legally could not get a vaccine. Yeah, because he's not like in charge of himself or whatever. Because he's a legal guardian. But then when he's 18, he immediately got vaccinated. And he went on television, and it's like mom supports him.
I feel like this sounds familiar.
And then like also he has like younger siblings that also want to get vaccinated, and their mom's like, wait until you're 18.
Wow.
And it's imagine they die before then.
That's not. Yeah, that's just not. That would not be good. That's one way to learn a lesson.
I don't think they would though. A lot of those people.
That mom would learn a lesson. I don't know if the people as a whole.
There is that. Remember if you know that episode on Family Guy of Stewie playing with another kid who their family's anti-vax and are also very heavily Christian, and then basically the kid gets a disease, and then Lewis, the mom, talks to their parents and like, you should get vaccinated, but they're like, this is what God wanted.
Yeah.
And then he eventually dies, and then like she's like, what the fuck? And they're like, it's God's plan. It's God's plan.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's scary. Imagine like being born to parents who are anti-vaxxers.
My friend Maya, her mom is like that.
Is she?
Yeah. Maya's not vaccinated.
Is she not?
No, she's not.
0. But no,
I don't know 0, but
the mates are when we got vaccinated.
I don't know if she got vaccinated. I remember her telling me that her mom is anti-vax. And that she's not vaccinated.
Dude, Americans are the dumbest.
But she's not American. She's Israeli, I think.
Maya.
Yeah. Her mom? I think her mom's Israeli.
Isn't her mom American?
You know what? I have no idea. I thought she was Israeli.
I think you might be right, actually. Huh. Yeah. Well, anyways, Americans are dumb. Let me just put that note out there.
Wow, now it's gonna be hard to get next time. You threw too far.
I can reach. So, the last 2 episodes of Last Dance.
Yes.
They're out.
Yes.
I didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
But you can spoil it for me. I don't care.
There's
nothing.
Not really how it works.
You can't spoil history, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying. What did you think of the show?
I thought it was good, but I'm a basketball junkie. So anything. I'm a basketball junkie, and we're in the middle of a pandemic where there are no sports. Like, it's no matter what it was, I would have probably loved it. But you said your dad didn't like it.
Yeah, although my dad, after like some more episodes came out, he started to enjoy it a bit more. But he still was like, it was entertaining, but he didn't feel like he learned something.
Yeah, I learned some because I wasn't, alive in the 90s.
Yeah.
But, some of the stuff I'd heard about, and it, I learned more about it. Some of it, like, the big question about the documentary is after Jordan wins the third three-peat. Third championship in a row. Everyone leaves. The coach leaves. Jordan leaves. His right-hand man, Scottie Pippen, leaves. Dennis Rodman leaves. Well, no, I think he technically stays, but they cut him in the beginning of the next season. Like, everybody leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And the question has always been, what happened? Because it's very, very, very rarely does a defending champion not try to defend its title.
Wait, when was it? This is 1993 when they left?
No. Jordan retired 3 times.
I know, but
I'm talking about the second time.
After they won their 3rd championship. What year was that?
I think 93.
I said 1993.
No, but that's I'm talking about the second one.
Okay, so, but you said.
Okay, he retires. He wins 3 in a row.
Yes.
And he retires.
Yes, that's the first time.
Yes. That everyone, there is debate and controversy surrounding his retirement.
Is this also when everyone else leaves as well?
No, this is only he leaves. Everyone else stays.
So, okay, you confused me because you're like.
Then
after you won the 3rd championship.
Yeah, okay, the second time.
When did you leave the second time?
98. After 98.
And after they won another 3 championships?
Yeah.
Another 3 in a row?
He won 3, left for a season and a half. Came back in the middle of the season. They lose, I think, in the first round of the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
It's like his only bad playoff moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then they win 3 in a row. And then he retires again.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, not usually a defending champion doesn't defend its championship. Usually, if someone wins next year, they also try to win.
Yeah.
It rarely happens that they don't. And in this case, they went straight into a rebuild. They just try to get a bunch of young people, so in a few years they could be a good team again. Mm-hmm. And nobody understood why. So that was the whole point of the documentary, was to try to understand why it happened.
Okay, so what was the conclusions as to
why it happened? The conclusion was, that's really weird. There was a bunch of problems with the Bulls, but the big problem was the manager of the Bulls had a, what do they call it? It's don't they call it the I swear there was a Napoleon reference to it. It's he didn't feel like he was getting enough credit.
The manager.
Yeah, the manager. Because the whole team except for Jordan, because a big exception, he drafted or traded for everybody.
Wait, sorry, what do you mean?
A different manager drafted Jordan.
Yeah.
And then a year or two later, something like that.
So everyone else came from that manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he never felt like he got enough credit, because managers don't get almost any credit. They don't get a lot of credit for winning, because it's the players who win.
Yeah.
It goes the players, and then the coach, and then the managers, and the players get almost all of it. So he always had a problem with it that everyone else got the credit, and so he wanted to prove that he could build a championship team without Michael Jordan. Yeah.
So wait, so that was actually the reason, or is that just theorized?
No. The part that he wanted to win alone was that without Jordan. That's more or less that's known. There was a few more problems, but that was the big underlying issue, is that he wanted to win without Jordan. He wanted to take full credit for winning. Yeah.
Is that okay? So besides that, is that manager known for anything else?
No, he stayed there a few more years. They didn't do well, and I think he was fired or something. I don't know what happened to him after that.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
So
he was at the time when Jordan was still there, he was a really good general manager. He did a bunch of trades and signings that people wouldn't have done. He drafted someone from Europe.
What what's his name?
Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
In a time where it was still rare to take a European player. There was a lot of stigma towards European players, that they're soft and that they're not good at basketball. So he did a bunch of really good stuff, but then he made the biggest mistake and wanted everyone out.
So you're saying he might have single-handedly destroyed the Red Bulls legacy.
Yeah, the Bulls.
The Bulls legacy.
Yeah.
Well, not really. They still won 2.
They still won. Yeah, they're still considered. Probably the best dynasty ever.
That's the third time Jordan retired?
No, that's the second time. After 2-3 years later, he returned at the age of
Did they talk about that in the document?
No. At the age of 39 or 40, he returns and he plays in the Wizards for 2 years.
Wizards.
Averages 20 points a game.
Only 20?
What do you mean only 20?
Wait, 20 is a lot.
20 is a lot.
Okay.
The best average close to 30. But for a 40-year-old to average 20 points is bonkers. That is absurd. And then he officially retired.
Did he win?
No, he didn't accomplish anything. Besides being 40 and still being amazing.
Yeah. That's a cool life.
Yeah.
Jordan is he really did influence a shit ton. With all the
he kind of he made the basketball global, because there was a lot of worry in the 80s. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were the big dogs.
Larry Bird. Who's Larry Bird?
White dude on the Celtics.
It
doesn't matter. So they were the two superstars of the league.
Yeah.
And then they were getting older, and people were worried who would be the next face of the NBA. And then Jordan came along, and he skyrocketed the league.
Yeah.
He became a global icon before there was social media. which is it's kind of absurd.
That's true. What does he do now?
I don't know. He's an owner of a basketball team, not a good owner, but he's an owner. Besides that, I don't know.
Not a good owner.
The team is not done it. They're not run well. They haven't done anything good.
But like, how can he like influence that?
Well, it depends. The best thing to do is hire the right people and then don't do anything else. The problem is he does not hire the right people. Like, he hired the ex-Lakers GM, the ex-manager of the Lakers, but he did not do a good job when he was fired from the Lakers for a reason. He did some really bad trades and signings.
And then, but does he like influence anything else besides hiring people, or does he?
I mean, he can do anything he wants.
I know, but does he do anything?
I don't know. That's a whole thing with managers. I mean, with owners, of how much they meddle and how much they influence stuff. Because if you want to do a trade, at the end of the day, the owner also has to authorize the trade.
Yeah.
So.
What team is he on?
The Charlotte Hornets. He owns the Charlotte Hornets.
Where is that? Where's Charlotte?
One of the Carolinas. I think South Carolina. I don't know which one.
So very not known.
Yeah, I mean he's not from Charlotte, but he's from Carolina.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Did he grow up in the hood?
I don't know. He grew up in a small town. I don't know if it was. I don't know how bad of his situation was, except for they're probably fairly poor. I think I don't really remember from the documentary. It was small though.
Does an owner make money off being an owner of a team?
Yes, they make a lot of money. Well, first of all, they just make money off of the fact that when you buy a team and you just keep it, they go up in value. Because the NBA is always going up, so the value of everything has like been skyrocketing.
Even now in the Corona.
I don't know now about the Corona, but I mean the New York Knicks are worth like I think it's like a few $1 billion. You need a few $1 billion to buy them.
Wow.
It's absurd. I mean all the owners are billionaires. Because of, but I mean think about it, I don't know if you actually I'm guessing you make money. But I mean you do have to pay all the workers in the arena and stuff, and all the players as well. But you make a ton of revenue, so I don't know.
Can you be an owner of two teams?
No. That's I think that would conflict some interests. It's a little bit.
Yeah. Huh. Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, what's really crazy though is, I mean, not just him, but he's the most known of people who have like a psychotic will to win.
Yeah.
Like they have to win.
He's like a fear.
Yeah, but it's like that on steroids.
Yeah.
You know? It's like there are like people who don't like to lose, can't lose, and then there's like just this level above. Which I mean, I don't know many athletes. I mean, Jordan had it. People say Kobe was the exact same way.
I'm saying an F that.
Yes, it was. Rip. Larry Bird, and besides that, there's a few more, but like in sports in general, I don't know how many there are like that.
You want to hear a story that happened to me yesterday?
Yes. Enlighten me.
Okay. So yesterday, my family invited my grandparents over, and my family from that side, from my mom's side, basically. And I was tasked with the duty of going to pick up my grandparents.
Okay.
Now.
Can they not drive?
They can drive, except they're a bit old, and like they're just old, and senses going down, and
okay.
So they prefer to not drive because they realize that. Now I also have an aunt. Just gonna put that out there. So I go pick them up. And when I get there, I'm like, cool, what's up? What's up? I dab up my grandma as you do, and then they tell me that we have to go pick up my aunt as well.
Okay.
Now, me being the fool I am, because I didn't remember this law, I'm like, I can't take more than 2 people. But if I have somebody who is
above 18
above 24, I think.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, then I can, and so I could forget that. So I'm like, shit, I can't drive. And my grandparents are like, no, she has to come though. And so they're like, okay, so what we're gonna do, what they're planning to do is like, I'm gonna leave the car there. They live in Tel Aviv, by the way. So I'm gonna leave the car there in Tel Aviv, and then we're gonna drive to my house where we invited them, using my grandparents' car.
Okay.
Which is funny because that's the reason I came is so you guys don't drive. And who's gonna drive us is my aunt. Okay. And now, so at this point I'm kind of like a bit annoyed. Like first of all I call my dad. I'm like, okay, this is the plan. Is this okay? And they're like, yeah, sure. Just come already because we're waiting for you guys. Because we're always late to anything. Yeah. And my dad doesn't remember the fact that I can actually drive, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I get annoyed because I want the car to have the car afterwards so I can go drive to our friend Lafa, which was what was the plan yesterday, remember?
Yeah, right.
And then so I'm like annoyed because like now I have to go get the car back. That's also why I came late yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
and now,
as you do.
I always do. And so okay, so we switch cars. We do a little switcheroo. We switch cars.
Why don't you just use your car anyways?
Because this is another dumb shit. We didn't know whether my aunt had insurance on the car to drive it.
Okay.
Which apparently she did.
Oh, okay. Well, nice. Did you call up your aunt and any of this?
Yeah, we talked to her.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know it was really dumb. And so we do a little switcheroo. We get in the car. And now we're driving to my aunt to pick her up. My grandma's driving, and after that, what they're gonna do is they're gonna switch. So my aunt's gonna drive. Yeah. Which is I don't think it was a good call.
Why not?
So my aunt she's a peculiar person. Okay. Peculiar. She's she's her own. I feel like she's aged. Also in the mind as well.
Okay. How old is she?
I think she's like 5-6 years older than my mom.
Which is okay.
She's like 55, 60.
Oh, okay.
Close to high 50s. Is that what you say? High 50s?
Yeah.
Or you say late 50s.
Late
50s. Okay. So my aunt starts driving. And instinctively, the little handle thing that you hold at the top of the car.
Okay.
So instinctively, I don't know why, I just go to grab it. I go to grab it.
Nice.
And so, I'm sitting in the back, and my grandfather's chilling right next to me. And as I go grab it, he does the exact same thing.
I don't know when the last time I held on to the.
Oh my god.
To the handle on the top of the.
Usually, you just hang it, just like just for the fun. No one actually holds it on.
I don't do it for the. I don't do it for the fun either.
What?
And I never.
No, but when you do hold on to it, it's never like because you're actually scared you're about to crash or something.
I guess, but I don't know when. I can't recall doing that.
Oh. You never like fiddled around with it?
I don't think so. No.
So you're such a fiddler as well.
Yeah, I know, but I'm either just playing with my watch or on my phone, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, so anyways, and this car ride, which I am now, so I didn't realize how bad my aunt drove until, like, we hit the highway, and then it was bad. It was really bad. So, on our entrance into the highway, we also hit a curb.
Okay, good start.
Good start. And throughout this, my grandma and my aunt also has, like, she always fights with my grandparents.
Okay, good. Yes, I can relate.
So throughout the car ride, they're just fighting. And this begins with my aunt starts like while she's driving, she just starts like having small talk with me.
Okay.
I don't know, she likes to ask me questions, and I have to answer. My grandma was like, shut up, be quiet. You need to focus on the road. And she's like, I just want to talk to him. And then she's like, no, shut up. I'll see. You gotta focus. And then they start bickering now, and they're going back and forth. And my aunt is driving on the road, and we get to the highway. And now in the car, they have this little, the little beeper things that beep every time you like deviate from the lane.
I don't think I do.
Okay, so in the car they've installed this little thing where every time they deviate from the lane, there's a little like beep 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 beep.
Oh, okay.
So we have that in the car, and throughout the car ride, this motherfucker is just beeping the whole car ride. They just beep 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 beep. We're going on the highway, so it's this.
Is she driving bad or is the beeper wrong?
No, she's just driving bad.
Driving like an insane person. Okay. You're just like swerving in and out. like it's a car chase.
Literally just doing this on the road right now. Zigzags. Yeah. And she's not like what's it called? Blinking? Signaling. So it's even worse. And then like in this car ride, she starts complaining about the blinking. Beeping noise.
Beeping. Okay.
Yes, the beeping noise. She's like, wow, it's really loud. Don't you guys feel that? It's like really loud. Also, my aunt, side note, she's very oversensitive to like any sound or movement, and like it's weird because I don't think she realizes that the rest of us aren't like that.
Yeah.
Because in the car ride, she like asked me, hey Dick, is it okay that do you feel me like leave my foot off the gas, or like when I hit it? Like, does it bother you when I let off the last? Like, is that movement like bothering you? Because this shit bothers her.
Real sensitive.
Yeah, and so like this beeping thing is like relatively loud, but it's not gonna make you deaf loud. Yeah. It's just like so you just wake up, focus. But she's like, wow, this shit's so fucking annoying.
Did she have like a problem?
Recently, recently she I think she developed, not developed something, but like something happened where she became sensitive to stuff.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm holding on for dear life, and she's driving, and she's like, man, this beeping thing is so annoying. And then my grandmother starts like snapping at her. And it's because you're fucking deviating from the lanes. You crazy? And she's like, I can't. I have to pull over. I have to turn this thing off. So we get to a stoplight, and she puts the car. She puts the handlebrake up. Yeah. So she can like lift her foot off the brake. Yeah. She doesn't put the car in park.
So what happens if you do that?
So the car is just slowly continuing, and she doesn't realize like, I'm like, oh, see?
Oh my god.
and then she like, oh,
I always assumed that if you put the handbrake on, no matter what, it would stop the car.
Yeah, but
I never really cared to test it. But.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, fine. And so in the middle of the car, she also started complaining about how the windows, the windows here weren't open. Like, how you can close them, they weren't open. Okay. So, mind you, we're in on the highway. Like, there's a certain stoplight. So it's a intersection on the highway. Mm-hmm. There's not any cars next to us, but there's cars coming. They're about to come stop next to us. My aunt opens the door of the car while we're in the highway to go fix them. Oh my goodness. And she's like starts fiddling with the beeping thing so it stops.
Man, she's crazy, yo.
And like, wow, I was really like holding on for dear life. I was like, man, it's a blessing how I'm still alive. And the whole time, like, my grandma's just like, they're just going at her. And she's like, why do you always go at, like, why are you hitting me? Why are you attacking me all the time?
You should have just driven anyways, bro.
I know.
She'd be like, nobody's gonna know.
And
you look 30 anyways,
That's true. I probably should have driven. I didn't know it'd be that bad. But then while we finally got there, and then we find a good parking spot at our house. Well, yesterday was it was a holiday, and so all the parking was like everyone was. There's cars parked everywhere. There's cars. No, there's a gate in front of my house.
Yeah.
There's cars parked in front of the gate. God. Like it was absurd. But we found a parking spot. So my aunt goes to do a reverse into the parking spot, and it's parallel. Yeah, parallel. And so she does a reverse, and she starts to do it, and then she like gets to the point where she like kind of like hit the curb, and she wasn't even like aligned, and she just hit the curb, and my grandma was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm done," and she like leaves the car.
What were your grandma or your aunt?
My aunt.
Oh my
Thankfully, so my grandma goes to like, I'll show you how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to go to the park, but my dad came out and he's like, "No, don't worry, I got this. I got this."
Oh, I wanted to say your grandma parked it like a pro.
I mean, probably. Yeah, she seems pretty good at driving. And it's like it was a funny car ride. My grandfather is also, since he's quite deaf in his ears, so he doesn't really, he's very quiet because he doesn't really hear what's going on.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like silent and like doing his own thing, and yeah, he's just a cute guy. But and then also like at the so we talk about it like when we arrive at the family event, we like talk about what happened and stuff, and my aunt goes to say, "You know, I might not be a good driver, but my parking is great," and I'm like,
"Oh, no.
Really? Really?" Wow, that was a crazy experience. And I was thinking during all this, so at the beginning I was kind of like, I was a bit annoyed at the whole situation. I was kind of like pissed because I have to go back to get the car.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, and also the fact that I might have died that night.
I mean, besides that, it's fine. You get over it, you know.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it, some of like the bad experiences of life make out to be the best stories.
Exactly. It's something you can look back at.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, this is gonna be a great story to tell.
Exactly. I mean, that's sometimes the worst they end up being funny memories.
Yeah. But that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. And like my family had no idea. Like they didn't comprehend what happened and stuff. And it was weird. It was weird. For how long have you been going for?
I don't know.
Does it say there even?
But we have whatever it's called soon.
Yeah.
I don't.
Does it say?
53.
Oh, okay. So we can end it off here.
This.
I mean, how do we end it off? I mean, you have an outro?
I don't. I can't think. I don't know.
How do people end up for podcasts?
Well, I don't know.
Go follow me on social media.
They usually go follow me on social media, and then they go like.
I don't have any social media.
And then they just like you have your Spotify. There you go. That's your social media.
Yeah.
And then they just present their sponsors again.
My sponsors? Not everyone does that. Who's our sponsor?
Spotify. There we go.
Spotify?
No, they're buying a bunch of podcasts.
Are they?
They just bought Joe Rogan's.
Really?
For $100 million. Making fat stacks. Yeah, they bought a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god! I didn't know Spotify sponsors podcasts.
Now they do.
Oh, that's cool. We have to have a better sponsor than that.
I don't know. You can get $100 million. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know. I'm saying our sponsor. You don't need the money. You just need the fame. I mean, no. Wait.
Yeah, nice. You did it well. Don't take the positive part of the fame. Only take the fame.
Just.
Don't take the money that comes with the fame. Just take the fame.
The fame. I think some people would rather be rich. Famous and broke than rich and famous.
Yeah, that sounds. I don't see a.
I agree with you. Obviously,
there are probably people, but I don't know. I feel like from what most famous people say, the bad part is being famous.
Yeah.
Especially, but it probably depends on like how famous you are. If you're like the 1% of the 1%. Life's probably just kind of, honestly, just kind of sucks probably. Because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like Jordan, for example, when he was at the height of his popularity in the 90s, he couldn't do anything. He could not go anywhere. If he left his house, his apartment, his house, or the hotel he was staying at, he would be swarmed by people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Chappelle did a cool thing. He just lives in a farm in Ohio.
That's true. I mean, some people do that, but I don't know. I don't think it also depends on how famous you are, though.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I want to be like. I'd like to be. I don't know if I'd like to be famous, but I like to have to have recognition.
I mean, it sounds like I think the bad part about it probably is that like getting recognition when you're famous or relatively famous, you get recognition, but you like it's. I feel like it probably at a certain point switches something in your brain, and then all you want is recognition, or you expect recognition. Like if you get famous, I don't see if you're famous how you're supposed to act like a normal person.
Yeah. It is pretty weird.
Like if there's like ex-famous person is a dick, no shit. Like I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah. There's a funny guy. I show you the video of him, Russell Brand. He's like, he like talks about, and he's like, most times when I'm meeting someone famous, I usually expect them to be an absolute dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. But do you feel like would you want to be in a reality where you have, let's say you have an alias, like you're anonymous, and you give her some sort of creator, and you create something cool that became famous.
Yeah.
But your identity says
basically. I mean, you can basically say like if you're a YouTuber, but you never did a face reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At the same time, it might be kind of hard though, because if you do something amazing, there's a good chance you'd want at least some recognition. You know.
That's true. But leading a modest life is probably the best choice.
It probably is.
Okay, well, since I think this is enough long podcast, we have to end it off here. Go check out my Spotify at Sloppy Keckle.
Is it a Sloppy Keckle?
It's not Sloppy Keckle.
You should make a new one called Sloppy Keckle.
Yeah, I also have to pay Spotify Premium again, and I don't think about that.
Why do you have to pay Spotify Premium?
Because it's connected to my our family plan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what's my Spotify? It's like
probably just like Deco Kaplan's 3 years.
Deco Kaplan. No, it's just Deco Kaplan.
Okay, yeah. Nobody has the name.
But nobody will find me because there's a bunch of other Deco Kaplans that are probably like cooler and actually have music.
Oh,
there is somebody
who
like
the
that.
Same name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
Or maybe I'm Schwecke. No, I don't know.
I think you're Deco Kaplan.
I think it might be Deco Kaplan.
I feel like there's a number there too, though. But I'm
probably
wrong.
No, I don't have numbers in my name. I'm a manly man.
I don't see the correlation, but yeah.
There's a big correlation, okay? The amount of numbers in your name just shows how much of a loser you are. Okay. And now this has been a great podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Go kill yourselves.
Oh, beautiful.